We live?
Yes.
So internet, sorry for delay of 2-3 extra minutes because internet was stuttering just like
Just like the indoor pitch, it stayed low.
no, like India's batting.
Yes.
So indoor pitch, Australia will say is fine now. Look at Australia cruising.
156 for 4, 85 runs in the final session
They
for the
could
loss
be
of 3
cruising
wickets.
to 250 as was pointed out. Now my estimate of 180, 200 also may be less.
Yeah.
Though I must warn that this is exactly how they finished Delhi Test Day 2.
Yep.
Right? Totally in control, cruising.
Yeah.
And then you had 56 for 9,
52 for 9.
52 for 9. Though now
But even
9
if
are
they-
not left.
Yeah, but
6 are left.
yeah, but even if they have a collapse, say 40 for 6, if they collapse, that's still a lead of 89, 85, 90 runs.
A 100-run lead should be good enough to win this match. I feel.
True.
Yep.
Anything above 100 runs is just bonus.
100 also, because for then India to set even a decent, like even if they were to expect like a
200 run
big
target,
sort
sir.
of a big surprise, even then you'd have to give them a 100-run target.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm saying minimum, for which India would need to make 200 runs.
true.
And remember, India would be batting now on a day 2, day 3 track, which will be like day 7, day 8 in most
Yes.
other
In
cases.
indoor terms.
Yeah, so if that is the situation, then I don't know, 100 run. I mean, yeah, crazier things have happened in cricket. But if I'm sitting here today looking at the end of day 1, crazier things may have happened, but I can't help but see an Australia win from here.
Yeah, I mean, look, Khwaja showed that there is not much demons in the wicket. It needs proper application. Again, fell to a sweep shot, hold out to that only fielder that was there. But Hanscom's looking comfortable. Smith, for the time being, looked comfortable, but he was undone by a very good ball from Jadeja.
True.
Labuschagne also, but that ball shot through low. That occasional delivery, that's what this pitch does not allow you to settle yourself in. Once you are in, try and make most of the opportunities, because one shooter, one drifter, sharp drifter, that will get you. So,
But see, when you get set, for example, how Khwaja was, then you played that stroke. Now, I mean, you can look at it both ways. One is those kind of shots are the ones that got him run. He's the one who played a reverse sweep as well and got runs, was looking, I think, the best player.
yes.
In whole of day 1. I think if I was to take both innings, both set of batsmen, I think Khwaja looked by far the best. So that actually came against the run-out play. Though Labuschagne had gotten out before that,
Yep.
to an error that he made, to a ball that he should have played front foot, went back. I think that's the error that he made. See, but again, what you're saying now, Siddharth, that this is a kind of pitch that once you get going, you have to ensure that you get runs. Well, look at Labuschagne. I think how many 80 odd deliveries he played.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yet you're not comfortable. See, that's the problem, and I think that is the reason why. How many did he play? 91 deliveries. Even in 91 deliveries, he makes that error.
Makes that error, yeah.
Which that tells you that you're really not comfortable on these sort of pitches. Which is again going back to how India then approach, thinking that this is how the pitches we're going to play like. But again, the difference between the two teams is they said, okay, fine, we may get out, we may have that ball after the 91st delivery that Labuschagne got. But for the 91 that I'm there, let me commit myself. Let me commit and let me give it a fight. And I think that's the biggest criticism that came. So they gave that sort of fight. India did not. Indian bowling.
Apart from Jadeja.
Actually, everything you've said, everything has
Not
turned
happened.
out to be exactly the opposite of it. Isn't it?
No, IPL season is coming, no?
Yeah.
So the reverse jinx trend is coming back.
Let's start from how the day started. What was the first prediction you made? That Ashwin will get a 50.
Yeah. That
That
didn't
did not happen.
Then said Ashwin
Ashwin
will
is God, he'll get a fifer. That also did
No,
not.
I didn't say he will get a fifer. I said I hope he gets.
No, hope.
Hope
I
and-
said predict. You said, yeah, I'm predicting.
Our family members predict. I didn't predict it. I said I hope he gets it.
No, you said.
But he's the number 1 bowler anyway in the world now.
How does that even matter? That's why I said that's the problem.
receiving end of a loss.
That is the problem.
It's
He's
okay.
like, my favorite cricketer is number 1 bowler. That's what I care for. So what if India go ahead and lose this test match?
They anyway won the Border Gavaskar trophy back.
Retained it.
Retained it, yeah. So This is okay.
At home, India seldom loses a test match.
Yep.
And this time you're losing a test match by setting a trap which you set for the opposition. You fell into it.
Yeah, but that has happened twice in the past. Twice bitten, thrice shy. That's what they say, no? Once bitten, twice
They're
shy.
not really shy though, because they keep
on doing it.
So they're not even shy.
So this is called bull in a china shop mentality. Yeah, you can't release a bull in a china
When
shop.
did this happen before?
2012, Mumbai. 2017, Pune.
Spinning track.
Yeah, but again, as I'm saying is, see, there was I go back to that Pune track. It wasn't, I mean, yes, it was helping the spinners, but as I said, it also had a little bit of everything in it. Was spinning more than it should have. And I think by the time the test match was finishing, then it was just like a minefield. I agree.
Yeah.
But at least, first day, day two, it had something for everyone. Not like this kind of a track from day one.
From
It's
day one,
been
you're
tough.
getting 8 degrees of
See,
spin.
It's been tough
2012
for
also, look at it. 2012, apart from Anderson, the rest of the wickets went to spinners and turned square from day one. It needed something freakish from Kevin Peterson and Alistair Cook to ensure that England got that psychological advantage. Remember, they were also 1-0 down after an innings defeat in, not an innings defeat, I think a 10 or 9 wicket defeat in Ahmedabad. Came to Mumbai, turned the series around.
Absolutely.
That is why this is going on that Mumbai line. It needs a lot of application from the Australian batters. We just have Hanscom at this point in time. Green 50-50. I don't know how he will come out.
And then, of course, we know how it is with Alex Carey. He's just going to go bang bang.
Bang bang.
But right now, I think that'd be the right approach.
Yeah. If
you're in
they
a
can
position
get
of
exactly.
let him go bang bang. Before we get in, answer a few questions. Sagar Bhosle saying Akshar Patel is very ordinary in bowling. That's why he's bowled only 40 odd overs till
Still
now.
only 1 wicket.
He's got only 1 wicket.
Yeah, I mean, with Ashwin and Jadeja operating a tandem, would we have seen Akshar Patel getting more, if you may say, a longer thing to bowl?
No, may not have got longer, but the point is that 40 odd overs also 1 wicket to show.
1 wicket.
I think a lot of people have figured out that with him, you play straight half the time when you're good. He doesn't spin the ball a lot. With Jadeja, because he'll tend to at least give it a few more revs. That on a spinning track, he'll at least get some assistance and Ashwin is a master.
Yeah. Drift is the most. I think with Akshar Patel, what is happening with him is he's not getting that much of drift.
No, it's the same. This
Angle.
is coming, straight, boom.
Yeah.
You play it flat, straight bat, step forward, you're good.
To be honest, I was very surprised with Akshar Patel's career, the way it panned out in Test cricket. Because I did not think that. I always thought of him as a handy white ball player because of his batting and bowling and good fielding also. But always thought that Test cricket he may not cut it. But then he had like an amazing start to his Test career. He was like Bradman-esque in his performance.
Yes.
Bettering everyone else who's played so far. And you were like, man, could you be more wrong in reading the game?
England
thought like that.
England were at sea against him, bowling one straight one after the other.
But that's what I'm trying to say, that maybe the real test was lying ahead for him, and which you're now getting to see also, because now he's the third choice sort of a spinner, so you're getting to see that more often. I agree with the point of view that sometimes looking at 40 overs and 1 wicket may not be the right way, because if those 40 overs have come with gaps between test matches and not together, then may not be a right reflection, because you get just 5 overs, 1 inning, then 10 some other inning and 5 again, and then you combine it and make it 40. Not quite the same as bowling 40 in a test match.
True. Yes.
Because then you can really say, okay, in a test match, you got so many overs, you didn't. So that will be unfair on, but I'm just going forward. I don't think he has too many weapons to be troubling batsmen in test cricket for long, especially once he's found out a bit. Pink ball, I understand, because his skids on that lacquer really helps him with that ball coming in. That arm ball is his one, that natural variation that picks him wickets. Once you figure that out. So, but I think his batting's been a revelation, looking like best. Going forward, he know that it's not his batting that's going to help him being picked in a team.
True.
It'll have to be his bowling, and on that front, he is and will be behind an Ashwin and a Jadeja.
Yeah, and remember, he's put out Kuldeep Yadav. Kuldeep Yadav was your best spinner heading into the series.
Yeah.
Yes.
But remember, Akshar with the bat has ensured that, okay, Now Kuldeep will not play this entire series, even possibly not the WTC also final.
So WTC final, they are going to be playing
Only one spinner.
and that's most likely going to be Jadeja.
Jadeja. That's about it. So, yeah, I mean, it's very strange why Aksar has not been that penetrative in this series.
I think he's been figured out.
Yeah.
About the match, Ricky Patel wants to know will Australia finish the game in 3 days, but Donald Trump Cricket, who's still not changed his real name, he says there is a possibility the match will be over tomorrow and Australia win by an innings. So two contrasting thoughts.
Wow. See, if Australia get a lead of 150, then we can see an innings win, although not by tomorrow, at least by the third day.
See, tomorrow, I mean, I'm guessing, let's say, how is it that the game can finish tomorrow? They have a lead of 47.
Yeah.
So let's say, worst case scenario for Australia, they get out by lunch tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like that will be a collapse.
Yes.
Worst case scenario, lose 6 wickets in one session, which also chances of that happening is less, but assuming, let's say.
Yep.
Okay, and they get about 60, 70 odd runs, which is like a 110 run lead or so, whatever, and you're all out, 110, 20 run lead. Now for the game to finish, India have to be knocked out in 2 sessions.
Yeah.
It's happened today.
Yep. It's happened.
So, and they will be batting in conditions which have gotten even worse. So that it happens with India once more. Can happen. Match can finish tomorrow. It's not a long shot, as Donald Trump Cricket is pointing out. Can. But if you ask me, more chances of this is, I'm saying, like one case scenario where India get totally outplayed.
Yeah.
And Australia also collapse. All of that together. I just somehow have a feeling, watching the trend of this series so far, somehow or the other, 2.5 days seems to be the norm. No? So why
2.5 tests?
Yeah. So day 3, as Ricky Patel wants to know, you will see maybe day 3, but that's all that you'll get to see. Either ways.
Yep. That's about it. I don't see it a 2-day test provided. I'm not betting on India collapsing like how they did in the first innings. But as we all know, stranger things have happened. This is not a wicket where big hundreds, where it will ease out and you can easily bat out the second innings or the fourth innings, third, fourth innings. It's not going to happen. So
I want to take this question, cricket analysis by RV Singh. He's asking me, sir, are you happy today because India is on the receiving end? Curator should be penalized at the end of this series. Why should I be happy if India is on the receiving end? There's no reason. Having said that, there is a part of me that doesn't mind seeing this. And I'll tell you why. That is because up until now, you were laying a trap for the opposition and you were successful at that. This time, the shoe is on the other foot. That's what has happened for this Indian team, that you've been found wanting, playing spin. And as it now, so just look at, there are 2 ways of looking at it. Firstly, the pitch is not great.
Yeah.
Okay, that we've established. And just to repeat myself for those of you who are joining us, why am I saying that the pitch is not great? Is not because it's helping spinners. No problem in the pitch helping spinners. That's fine. But there should be an equal opportunity for all 3 different facets of the game, that is spin bowling, fast bowling and batting, at any given point of time. Let it be a spin friendly track. Just like a Gaba is, or a Headingley is Headingley is helping seam bowlers, or a Gaba helps a quick fast bowler, whatever you've got, or a spinner that gets good bounce in Australia sometime. All of that, it helps. But I'm saying that there should be phases where it helps batsmen as well. Even now, that even someone like, we gave an example of Labuschagne or Rohit Sharma in the first test match, or a Khwaja, even when you're set, you can get that unplayable delivery, which I don't think is fair. If it was to be on day 3, day 4, understandable, can't happen. So that's why I'm saying it's not an ideal pitch, and especially, as I said, after we've seen such a fantastic test match happen in New Zealand, which went down to the last day. Not to say every test match should go, but let us see 4 days of cricket, ups and downs, one good partnership, good run, then a flurry of wickets, then a fight back by the tail, typical things.
Yeah.
Right.
Seesaw sort of a battle that you enjoy, which is what makes test cricket. Right now, it's just like, sitting ducks, the batsmen are. Sooner or later, they're going to be out. So the pitches aren't great. So on that front, I'm happy that maybe this will prompt the Indian team in the future not to have pitches like that and go back to the conventional Indian pitches we would get. That is good for seam bowling the first hour or 2 session. Then batting end of day 1 and day 2 is good for batting. By day 3 starts to turn. and by day 4-5 it's very tough to play spinners. That's sort of a pitch if you make. So on that front I'm a bit happy. As far as penalized at the end of the series, I won't be surprised that you get some sort of demerit points. And I don't blame the curator, by the way. Again, you need to look at the team management as well. I think they play a major role in how pitches are played. Now it's not, and we've seen this from the 2 test matches that have happened in Indore. You've got good pitches as well. Indore can be, if you make that red clay pitch where fast bowlers will get some purchase, where batting can also be good, where you can get a few runs.
Yep.
All of that can also happen in Indore. So possibilities there. It's not that the curator cannot make it, or such pitches couldn't have been made in Nagpur and Delhi. Could have been made. It's that you ask them not to make those changes, and I'm not blaming one person for it, and you shouldn't be blaming one person for it. It's the entire team management who decided to have pitches like that, whether it's the coach, captain, vice captain, all of it put together, batting coach, whoever, all of them.
Yeah, absolutely. But again, this whole talk about the pitch, I mean, why must you change the basic characteristic also of the pitch? Because Indore traditionally doesn't give you this kind of a wicket.
I'll tell you why they have. I'll tell you why. If it was not, if the World Test Championship points were not at play, and this series was just, the focus was on the bilateral series, right?
Yeah.
I doubt you would have gone this defensive in the way you're making your pitches. Yes, you'd still want to win the test match at home. Yes, you would want to have spin-friendly conditions. But because you needed to win with a 2-game margin or 3-game margin that you knew, so you decided, listen, we can't take any chance. So first thing you wanted to eliminate was draws. Because that would have hurt you too, right?
Yeah.
So to eliminate draws, have pitches that will get you results. Now you can't have pitches like Gabana that will give you results, and anyway that's not your strength. So you made pitches to completely favor the bowlers, and in which case the bowlers that you have better, which is the spinners, and against whom you feel you can be better off, that is playing spinners compared. So that into consideration, because you needed to win by a big margin, you made. Otherwise, I mean, I'm just going by the example of last time when Australia was there, you had all sorts of pitches.
Yep.
So you would have probably had that kind of a series, but because World Test Championship, you wanted to make the final, you said no. One way of ensuring that is complete rank turners, dry, stop watering them for a few days before the test match starts. That's why they've made these pitches.
That's a big issue, because later on, this kind of thing will hurt you. Because when you change the characteristic of the wickets, now look, you're going to prepare, let's see how you are going to prepare for 3 months now. You're going to play on rank turners, your technique is going to get dissected there, okay, number 1. You're going to then transition into ODIs where the pitches will be absolutely flat, slow.
You'll get your part wickets missing.
Yeah, IPL, slow, sluggish. Okay, then you'll be heading into the Oval, first test of the summer, international summer in England. What are you going to deal with?
No, I think they are seeing it this way, that how does it matter? Firstly, I don't think they were thinking that far ahead, because I think the first aim was to be in Oval. I mean, how to prepare for Oval is another bridge you cross when you get to.
Yep.
Right now, how to get to Oval. So first thing you did, ensure pitches that you don't get draws. You get a definite result, and results favoring us, and that's the best. This is the best way possible. So I think they've gone with that. Secondly, what they would be hoping for, that there's a big gap between the final. On flat pitches, if there is any dent in confidence of a batsman, you will score plenty of runs in ODIs and IPL, and so you take that confidence, and maybe again, as you said, send them in batches, grooves, whatever, get them accustomed to conditions. For all you know, Oval again, I mean, comparatively flatter,
yeah. Not like the green deck that you had in Southampton.
So if that's there, then they'll be hoping that, it could do us some favor on good batting pitch. But I don't think they were thinking that far ahead.
Yep. Akash Bharadwaj, what has happened to Steve Smith, the best batsman in the world? Even Root was better here. I mean, Steve Smith, see, he's struggled a lot against spin. We are all talking about Kohli struggles. Even Smith has struggled. And that too, again, the entire gambit, leg spin, off spin, left arm, struggled against all of them. So yeah, I think it's the uncertainty factor that is there. Because again, look at all the dismissals that he's had to Ashwin. uncertainty. Okay, it's going straight on. Is it drifting in? What is happening? He's confounded by the lengths more often. Even in the Jadeja dismissal, confounded by the length.
Yeah.
So that is why now, how are you going to counter all that? It's all in the mind then. Okay, should I play back? Should I play in front? Should I use my feet? What's going to happen?
And Smith is at best a fidgety character, and if you have that sort of thought process then going on.
But I think that's what's happening. He's not fidgety.
Because
and that
he's
is going
getting bogged
against
down,
him.
because he's getting bogged down.
He's getting bogged down.
So you want him to be fidgety.
Yes.
It works, but he was doing that in for first test match.
Not that much.
He was doing thumbs
But
up.
he's-
Then Alan Border slammed him and...
So then he stopped doing that.
No, but then imagine, even a leave would be like a samurai wielding a sword. That leave.
For that you need fast bowlers, no?
Yeah.
Fast bowlers are hardly bowling when he's there.
What fast bowlers?
You
had Umesh
Siraj, but they're not bowling.
Yeah.
They're there.
I know. So, that's a big issue.
Shashank Adam's point, which our producer Shivam wants us to talk about, Bharat's keeping. Bharat's keeping is not a problem.
Yeah.
Mm.
His DRS is
Bharat,
an
the
issue.
and his decisions about DRS is a major issue. And I think, okay, you can blame the bowlers also, but then bowlers being excited about every appeal is not
It's normal.
uncommon. It's just normal. I can understand the bowler feels every time he's got a leg before shout, it's out, he will want. Now, captain also I can't blame because he has to rely with the bowler and the wicket keeper. If he's standing in a position he doesn't know. So he speaks to them. The only person who can have an objective view on this is the wicket keeper. KS Bharat on this count has been very disappointing. KS Bharat every time has, whenever that appeal has happened, you've nodded to it, and I think that's also played a major part in where you are, because it's robbed you on certain occasions where you could have taken a DRS, but you fell short of it.
Yeah.
I see KS Bharat go there and discussion is happening and he's happy to nod along. Maybe that's got something to do with because he's a newcomer in the Indian team. He feels the pressure of how do I defy seniors like Jadeja and Ashwin. But hello, you got to do your job. It doesn't matter. There's no seniority or anything that's running here. And nobody is a better judge than you. I'm saying for the naked eye, when we are looking on TV, I'm always saying, no, please, I hope they don't take this DRS. I hope they don't take this.
And then they take it.
And then you go have the meeting. Bowler is excited. Yeah, I wanted KS Bharat also nodding. Oh, go for it. No, unpardonable. I hope he sits, watches all those replays, and I'm sure he had an inkling at the time while he was keeping, because he has to move with the direction of the ball. He had an inkling where it's going. He had agreed to just
Not
go
along and go anywhere.
Yeah.
And now India are left in a situation where they have no
No reviews at all. For the remainder of the innings, there's no reviews.
No reviews.
And remember, these kind of small things can actually hurt you.
Oh, definitely.
It will hurt you.
Again, remember, like I always go back, Headingley 2019. If Australia had one review left,
Yes.
Stokes would have been out well before he could hit those winning runs.
Absolutely.
They didn't burn through their reviews.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
So you picked Headingley, right, as the closest test that you've ever
Yes.
seen. Yeah.
Arpan Datta says, so is this pitch like Delhi, more turn and bounce in the first session and then it eases out a bit? No, Arpan.
No.
It's not like that. I thought that the pitch behaved in a similar fashion. I think two areas which has resulted in Australia having a stronger position than India. One, that Australian batsmen ready to apply themselves a bit more than the Indian batsmen did. I think they panicked more. Looking at the way the pitch was behaving, and that's the mistake that Australia did. They were playing the pitch and the bowler rather than play the ball.
Yes.
India made the exact same mistake. And secondly, I think it's not been conducive to the style of Indian bowlers that tend to bowl wicket to wicket. They don't want too much turn, and that's what makes them dangerous here. Because of the extra turn, there have been lots of oohs and ahs, if you've seen, go past the Australian. But those balls have not been good enough to pick up wickets. What was happening with the Australian bowlers earlier? Like Nathan Lyon can turn the ball. He was turning it a lot. But then either it was striking the pads where it's going down because of the turn. Or if it's a left arm spinner also, it's beating the bat comfortably. So, there's nothing in that middle. You just need that slight turn. Because here... Now, statistically, it's been proven that the degree of turn here is more than what we saw in Nagpur and Delhi. I think those factors have gone against.
I mean, if you again go over the Pujara dismissal, he was bowling on practically a fifth stump
Yeah.
line,
Yeah.
and it came back and it was crashing into middle and leg.
Yeah.
That's why even Pujara, when he swiped past it so late, he would have been wondering, how is it coming in this much? But it is so much of turn you're getting, and truth be told, I don't think the pitch is really eased out that much, because you're still getting the odd ball which is staying low.
Yep.
You're still getting the odd ball which is going absolute snake
Yep.
of the
Cameron
pitch.
Green.
Yeah, Green got one of them. We thought he was out.
Yeah.
But it turns out it just spun that much.
Just spun that much.
So-
See, this pitch is a lot more spin friendly than Nagpur or
It's
Delhi
the
was.
most spin-friendly track you've seen in this series up until this point, which is really saying something. And it was spinning like crazy. It will continue to spin like crazy. The only difference between the Aussies and India was that, and very key thing, what we kept talking about the Australians and their cluster collapses hasn't happened today.
That hasn't happened, yes.
When they've lost wickets, they've lost one wicket, and then that second wicket partnership, I think it was worth 96 runs.
Yeah, Labuschagne
Big
and
difference.
Khwaja,
Difference. Labuschagne and Khwaja, that one nearly 100-run partnership has set them up nicely now.
Yep, indeed. So, Katuri Yashwant is asking, sir, both teams are playing the WTC final at IPL is the first match, sir. No preparations for both the teams in England pitches.
In a way, but the thing is that, I think the Aussies would be a lot more accustomed, and I think, dare I say, their strengths play a lot more to those conditions than ours would.
See, Australia bowl well on flat decks.
Yeah.
They always bowl well because in Australia you encounter flat wickets.
Yeah, flat wickets which give you plenty of
Bounce. So maybe at the Oval, but again, look, Australia's fortunes in the Oval have not been that great in the past couple of seasons. 2019, you lost the Test at the Oval. You lost the ODI World Cup match against India at the Oval there. You lost even in 2009, where you surrendered the Ashes at that point in time. So Oval's not been a happy hunting ground for Australia in more ways than one.
Take CA Mrityunjay Mishra's question.
Mrityunjay Mishra, CM Mrityunjay Mishra is asking us, can you ever talk that in last 27 matches, 3, 4 and 5, only scored 3 centuries. Approximately 150 innings cumulatively. Horrible batting phase, KL Rahul is always on target even if he performed on tough tour. But again...
See, KL Rahul's on target because despite those one-odd performances, he was then getting you 20s and 30s.
It is like a big skyscraper, but in the interim part, there is a...
Extreme. But the first part is correct.
Yes.
That
even Pujara, even Kohli, they are also under pressure.
I'll tell you what the difference between Pujara, Kohli and KL Rahul. I agree that none of them have been amongst runs. And I think it's not fair to look at this series because... Here we are talking about Steve Smith, Labuschagne, world number 1 test batsman also not being amongst runs.
Yeah.
So clearly it's not easy to get runs. It's much like a lottery, right?
Yep.
So should we then take it as face value? No, you should not because again, not easy play. But having said that, you're looking at 27 matches, which is fair enough. And then if they've not got runs, you need to look at.
Yes.
But why is KL Rahul looked at differently than a Pujara or Kohli? Because Pujara and Kohli have been match winners. They've won you test matches. They've been man of the matches, man of the series.
won a test series.
Yes.
Not just
so
matches.
that much of a long rope will be given to them. I'm sorry, but KL Rahul has not had that kind of an impact in test cricket like a Pujara has on occasion, or like a Virat Kohli has. So they will of course get a longer rope.
And we're talking about number 5. Even Shreyas practically saved your test match by getting
in
you a
Kanpur.
century. Exactly.
Yeah, KL, okay, benefit of the doubt, he had 2 impactful knocks in Centurion and Lords. But that's it. That is the problem.
but
Virat has had lot, Pujara has had lots.
Yeah.
KL has not had,
Not the
unfortunately.
same level, na?
Yeah, not the same level.
Yeah, exactly.
He set up the wins. But apart from that, I'm sorry. It's unfortunate that KL Rahul has had this patch. It's very unfortunate.
And I agree that these pitches aren't great, but I'm not absolving the Indian batsmen of not knowing how to play spin. Probably they could do a much better job, especially when you pride yourself with the fact that, listen, we are subcontinental players, we play spin the best. So all the more reason where even in these conditions, you need to put your hand up and show the world that why subcontinental batsmen are considered so good against spin, which they haven't been able to do. I think Virat Kohli now, he's had his trouble against spin, and now these figures will also show you that he's been dismissed to spinner. That's not surprising. With these conditions, the spinner only would have dismissed it. Having said that, I think he's looking far more comfortable now than he was looking a few months ago against spinners. It's just that you will have a ball that will dismiss you here, or sometimes 50-50 calls that will go against you. It's happened to him. But he's looking much better. I think he's looking a man who's assured of his batting against spin.
Yes.
And I think that's a great start.
Yep. Roy SP with the super chat is like telling us tough match for India as the middle order hasn't done well this series. Absolutely. Do you feel that our batsmen could have applied themselves better? Yes. We did.
Absolutely.
Been screaming that.
We did.
Since that first session.
Yep.
The elect application.
And it goes back to that very first dismissal. I am saying for many reasons. One, you're the captain.
Yeah.
So you're being looked at. Two, you're the opener. Whatever you do, however you react, that messaging will go to everyone else because you're setting the example or the precedent, right? So you're captain, you're opener. And thirdly, you had been alongside Akshar the best batsman that India has had so far.
Yep.
True.
So if I'm a Pujara, whoever, I'm looking at the best batsman in the series so far. Giving up because he feels that the pitch is turning viciously, then I'm also going to go in with lesser confidence. So that's what I said, that maybe it wasn't easy conditions. Maybe I would have wanted Rohit to just stick around. He's too good a batsman not to have come good.
Yep.
He would have got you a 50-60 also. Yes, he would have got that unplayable delivery and could have been out. But I'm saying you got those two chances. That should have been a clue that maybe, luck's on my side. Let's just grind it out. Let me wait, smile. I sometimes don't take them. You smile on those deliveries that beat you all and ends up and make you look like a fool. Smile at them.
Yeah.
And not be like, oh my God, I'm looking like a novice and now I'm going to attack. And just smile at them. Take it as a bad joke. Move on. You never know. Yeah, you would have, if you would have spent 50-60 balls, a little bit more, you set that base. The messaging is different.
Yeah.
So after that, everyone else, even Shreyas Iyer, very casual in that
Casual shot, yeah.
Pujara got a vicious turner but could have played better.
Jadeja, irresponsible shot.
Yeah, found the fielder.
Yeah.
That ball was to be hit. Just found
But
the
then
fielder.
finds the fielder.
Yep.
So
Any other comments? Sure.
Nobita Nobi wants to know India is losing the match by an innings and how many runs you have to take.
Talk about pessimism.
I don't think it'll be an innings defeat.
I don't think
Yeah,
so.
innings defeat would be a bit much.
But I think it's way too early.
But I think right now Australia would be considering themselves in the driver's seat. No two ways
Yeah,
about that.
they are 47 runs ahead. That
6
too
wickets.
first innings, not the second innings,
And
where you
6
had
wickets.
to set the tempo at that point in time in Delhi. Yes, but I think it's too early, Nobita Novi. Let me wait for end of day 2. I think this test match is not getting over in 2 days. Let us be that realistic about it.
2.5.
2.5, yeah.
The standard.
Yeah. 2.5 tests.
GGK says, should Virat give up test cricket after WTC final? No 15 last 15 innings. When will? No, sir, GGK.
No.
I still maintain that he looked like the best Indian batsman on display today.
Yeah.
So,
The no 50 stat is a bit deceptive, really.
yeah.
Because it's not like he's looked bad through the series at all.
No, I'm just saying, in general, as just a well-wisher of Indian cricket as a supporter, why would I want to see one of the best batsmen to have played go away? The longer I can see him, the better for us. If I enjoy cricket, I want to see him. Till such time where he reaches a stage where you think that, there is no hope, there is no comeback. Maybe never. I don't think he's reached that stage so far. So,
But again, look, it's the World Test Championship final. It's the start of a new era after that.
yeah, but I don't think he's even reached that level where you want to start. I agree in T20 cricket you have decided, but now in every format you can't do that.
Yeah.
He's not 40.
He's not 40.
They
Yes.
just say, oh no, come on. I'm sure
Yeah, he's
got
30.
a few other cycles left in him.
Yes.
At least another one for sure.
A few, I think. Yeah.
2025 maybe. But
why
after that, 2027.
Because knowing him, I think he'd want to persist with
Tests
tests
over everything
Yeah,
else.
exactly. So effectively, if he's not going to play test, means he's going to
Effectively
retire.
retired.
But would you want him to? I wouldn't so early. I don't think there is nothing more. Till you reach a stage where you think you can't contribute anymore for Indian cricket is another thing. I don't think he's reached that stage yet. So simple as that. Akash Bharda wants to know. I've already asked this from Sid and Shane. So he wants me to answer that.
Yeah.
Any batsman from the past you want to see bat now? I'm assuming you want me to pick a batsman I've not seen.
Like
So I can
older
pick-
generation.
Like I can pick a Viv Richards, but I've seen him also. I've seen him live also.
Yeah.
So not him. Maybe somebody I did not see at all and I want to see. A tough choice, but there will be a few. I could go with Barry Richards because I heard he was one of those guys who was way ahead of his time. Could get hundreds before lunch in Test cricket in that era.
Yeah.
Where I'd heard so much about him. I'd want to. I've not seen much of Gundappa Vishwanath, but my dad was a big fan, so I heard a lot of stories. So I wish I could, see him bat a bit more. More batsmen from the past. Greg Chappell. I wish I could see him bat because he'll go down as, if not the top 3 Australian batsmen ever, could be there. I'd put him there, alongside Ricky Ponting and.
But for me, I would have loved to see in this era the great DG Bradman.
Yeah, of course, Bradman's the most obvious choice.
Because imagine all those vicious turners. How would he go dance down the track? Would he hit it with the cover drive for 4? Would he go over the top? And see, we just have that one clip where he's just pulling the ball. That's it. That's the only clip we have on Bradman.
Ranjit Singh ji.
Ranji, yes. Why not Ranji?
I don't know. So there are just too many. I just picked a bit more contemporary.
Maybe if you want from our neighbors, Pakistan, maybe Hanif Mohammad.
Hanif Mohammad, yes.
Because we have seen Abbas.
Asian Bradman.
Yes, we have seen Abbas.
Or Dean Hadley, the black Bradman.
George Headley.
George Headley, sorry.
His grandson, Dean Headley. Won England that game against Australia in Melbourne. 6 wickets, 12 runs England won by. Wow.
George Headley,
Yep. So, 47 runs.
Or the W's.
Yep. Worrell, Walcott, Weeks.
3 W's.
Weeks, I think, hit 5 consecutive, right? It was Weeks who hit 5 consecutive 50s and
take
centuries.
That stat. Shivam won't leave us till we take that.
Ravindra Jadeja is the second Indian player to complete international double of 5,000 runs and 500 wickets. Wow. Jaddu, truly rock star like the late great Shane Warne.
International double. So after Kapil Dev or?
Yes, after Kapil Dev.
I'm assuming after Kapil Dev.
The late great Shane Warne called him rock star.
Rockstar, yes, while he was playing the IPL.
Yes.
That's true. Nobita Nabi says tomorrow we'll get a result. Nobita, we will see.
Okay, fine.
Harsh Khatri feels these kind of pitches kill the fun of watching test. I think we agree with you. We've discussed it a lot. Austin Kuna wants to know, out of the Fab Four, Virat is the unluckiest because Root, Smith, Kane get to play in fixed test venues every home series like Sydney, Wellington, etc. VK has to adjust to different venues. Fair point,
actually.
But I'm saying, how does that matter?
Because you're getting the same conditions regardless of where it is you go in India.
The stadium changes, exactly.
But the pitch conditions are very similar.
Marginal difference.
And see, New Zealand is bound by geography. Only in such a small island, you can only have 2 or 3 pitches. And
same with Australia. It's a big country, but the population pockets you'll have to play. Na?
Yes.
You can have a big country, but there are those 4 or 5 cities where people will come to watch.
That's where you're going to be playing.
And England has earmarked certain tests at certain venues. So, the Lords, you will play there. Oval is the season ender normally, the international season ender. Trent Bridge, Leeds, that's about it.
But the unlucky part, I believe, he gets too many close calls. Too many close calls go against him.
Yep. So, that's the problem.
Shall we?
Thank
you so much for your company, but we're not done for the day. The dugout will come your way at 6:15 as always, 6:15, 6:30, around that time. We'll have a lot to discuss. A lot more people will be joining us. So see you in the evening. For the moment, bye-bye.
Take care. See you for the dugout.
Bye.